Hi, I'm Darin Rhodes. I'm with Castle & Cook Mortgage, and I'm sitting here with Joanna. And Joanna was sent to me by Jay, and she has a few questions.
Thank you. I have a home I need to sell, and I'd like to know where I can get that money to fix it up.
Okay, how much money are you looking for?
About $5,000.
Okay, $5,000. So that's not really a lot of money. That's a little bit. So
Yeah.
you have a lot of options.
Okay.
And the first place I would say, since it's a temporary loan, is go to a friend or family member that might be able to give you $5,000 for just a couple of months, and then you can maybe offer to pay him a little bit extra, you know, when you pay him back when you sell the house.
Okay.
There's some other places that you may not consider or may not have considered. Borrowing against retirement accounts, 401ks, for example. You might be able to borrow against a vehicle if you have equity in a vehicle, refinance into a low rate there.
Okay.
But maybe one of the easiest places besides family would be a credit card. If you have a credit card that has a good limit to it, has at least $5,000, that might be a really good option because you're only going to pay interest on what you're using.
Okay. Will that hurt my credit in any way?
Well, you'll want to pull your credit report to see what your scores are initially. And if you've got good scores, you know, always adding new debt can hurt your credit. But if you're going to use a credit card and use one that you already have, then that won't damage your credit as much as opening a new one right away.
Okay, gotcha. How about borrowing against my house?
Okay, so you can borrow against your house in two different ways. You could do a full-blown cash-out refinance, but I don't recommend doing that. It's a little bit of money that you need, and you'd pay a lot in fees just to get that little bit of money.
Okay.
So if you're going to borrow against your house, which may not be a bad option, I would get a little line of credit that would have low fees. You want to make sure it doesn't have any prepayment penalties that you can use and then pay off when you sell the house.
Okay. Will that hurt my ability to buy my next house?
It shouldn't hurt your ability. As long as your credit scores remain intact, you're going to be paying that off anyway.
Okay. How about the profit I make from it? What would you suggest I do with that?
Okay, as soon as you sell your house, this is a really great question.
Okay.
Do not put the cash in a safe. Take the money, put it in the bank, and then keep a paper trail of that money, because when you go to get your new loan, the bank is going to ask you where you got that money and you have to prove it.
Okay. Thank you.
So when we come back in 60 seconds, we're going to be seeing a house